expert, you're not going to buy them a contact center seat, but they may be a resource to you that now you can see, you can actively pull in, and you can have one seamless client journey, make it real easy for you.
Hmm. So there's actually a recent customer that I worked with a similar situation. So they were an existing contact center customer of ours. And they came to the table and said, "Hey, we're thinking about adding our outside sales team, which is a massive group, right, to the contact center as agents, but they're super mobile, right? And they're using their own cell phones today. How do we ingrain that into the contact center?" And when you think about a contact center agent, I mean, we're scratching the surface on making those people truly mobile friendly from a cell phone perspective, because you're in front of your CRM, you're embedded in your CRM, you're logging your activity. I mean, that's what we know as true contact center and omni-channel. But there's also a need set that kind of scratches the surface of what contact center offers in the mobile field. And so we took a look and said, why are we licensing these people for contact center when really they just need this subset? And so that goes to show how we can really come in and say, okay, these people don't need to be contact center users. They can be UC users. We still, because of our acquisition of GUnify, have a very tight integration and very aggressive integration on the UC side. So as I'm answering on my mobile device outside the office, we're still auto logging activity back into the Salesforce instance, right? So that omni-channel Salesforce interaction and that data is still being stored cohesively in the same org. But then you're also saying, okay, but the thing is they're cell phone users now. There's those little nuances to the problem. So
Yeah.
I can't port all their cell phone numbers, right?
Yeah.
You don't port those over to a UC solution. So how am I sending out a single cohesive number without changing their DIDs and getting them back to the right person when they call back inbound? That's a contact center functionality. That's like, okay, I got to dip into Salesforce to see who you're tied to as a contact, who owns you. And so that we can do using smart numbers. So we can just take a nuance of a contact center, and that's what we're finding a lot of, and say, okay, maybe you don't need a full-blown contact center solution. You just need this head-end solution that dips into a database, doesn't have to be Salesforce, and makes a routing decision. So I have a single number reach, but I'm getting to the correct agent. And now all of those users can have new numbers, but they're pushing out a single toll-free, right? That we're enabling on our actual Vonage APIs for the Nexmo acquisition, right? So we're taking all these acquisitions together and you have this cohesive solution that's not overselling a customer something they don't really need, right?